on the Colourful Couch, the Colourful Conversation.
No pressure. And with that, welcome to the second installment of Conversations on the Colourful Couch. Today we are interviewing Liv and Aggie, the two female vocalist powerhouses from our band LadyReign, which is releasing its first single on Burma Records really soon. And we're very, very excited about it. When I say our band, I mean like we've adopted them. They're our family now.
We're one.
Part of the Burma Records family, and we absolutely love them. So I'm super excited to have a chat with you guys today about the new single that's coming out and, you know, all kinds of other random crap, to be honest. Anyway, without further ado, welcome to Conversations on the Colourful.
We're happy to be here. I've been waiting all day for this.
Yeah, this has been, I've been looking forward to this as the saviour of my day. So.
Oh, wow. Like, no pressure.
No pressure
I was
at all.
going to say you.
If this is boring, I'm going to be really mad.
Yeah, no. Oh my God. I was actually going to start it off with an extremely dry question, but I do like to ask these for like other vocalists and things that I interview, because I always find it really interesting the way that other vocalists work and train. What got you into singing? Like, why did you start singing, and how did you kind of go about it? What interested you in it?
Oh, do you want to go first?
Sure. What got me into singing? I grew up in church, which is a shockingly generic answer to that question, but it is actually just my story. Doing a Sunday school play, and I remember being lined up in 2 rows and being told, sing as loud and as good as you can, the song repetitively, watching adults point at me and going, wow, okay. Yeah, come on.
That one is making a particularly joyful noise to the Lord.
That may have been literally what they said. I only remember the looks on their faces. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I like it when people look at me like that. And so I kept making noise.
Positive reinforcement. We love that as a child.
Much to the chagrin of my family and people who generally surrounded me. They were like, can you shut up? Yeah. I was like, don't want to.
At least you weren't the kid that they looked at and went...
It could have been so much worse. That's a good point.
He's the tree in the nativity scene next time.
You can be a goat. But yeah, cue. Probably just going through normal like music class in year 9, and falling in love with every new thing that I learned. And having a really, really, really cool high school music teacher.
Oh, man.
His name was Mr. Turek. He was Polish.
The shout out.
He rocked.
Nice. Thanks, Mr. Turek.
Thanks,
by the
Mr.
way.
Turek. And just like going through high school, having singing lessons and having really good teachers. I was really lucky with my teachers.
Wow, yeah.
And they were just very encouraging and very supportive, and they picked songs for me that I liked and styles that I liked. And it continued to be interesting, and so I continued to be interested and kept showing up and kept being really proud of how good people told me I was.
Nice. That's awesome. It is so, like, it is actually so rare to hear. I picked it up in high school because I really enjoyed what the teacher gave us to do. Usually the stuff that they give you in high school is extremely dry.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like, having teachers who would come to the school and you could, like, pay slightly extra for the half hour out of your day to see them, and like they know that I'm giving you extra money, so I think that maybe it was in their best interest to try keep me motivated to be there.
I mean, to a certain extent, but also like, man, my little sister, my middle sister, she is I love you very much, Sarah, but it's like tuneless. Like several teachers have taken her on and been like, no, it's not worth it. No. She is unteachable.
That's so true. All 3 of us at some point teach vocals.
Yeah.
And I feel like we can relate just because we're getting paid for a lesson.
That's a good point.
Doesn't always mean we praise the child no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
Like
That's a good point. Yeah. No.
You earned that praise.
Yeah, so I think that's generally how I got into it. Yeah.
That's cool though. Like it's really unusual to hear that it was like a high school teacher. And like what a valuable contribution to a high school. Like we salute you, high school music teachers.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you
is
so much.
very rare.
Yeah.
My high school teacher was quite the opposite experience for me. He'd like tick me off the roll and then head to his office next to his heater and would just go off and leave high school. So like it was a very opposite type of so I went to like other teachers for my music like tuition stuff, which is like a little bit unsatisfying really.
Wow.
But I mean we're here now. I got into music through probably my dad. That whole side of the family are all extremely musical and extremely creative. Most of them are working as like conductors or singing professionally in choirs.
Oh, wow.
My dad himself has like an awesome voice. And I think I consider myself quite extroverted now, but when I was a child, I was like the most quiet being that you could think of in front of other people. And so personally, I think I found it quite satisfying being quite loud when I was singing. And it was also, I just found it a really quick, easy way to bond with people really quickly. And so English being my second language as well, you know, what I couldn't necessarily do in the same amount of time through speech, I could do through music.
Yeah.
And so it's like such a great little like bonding kind of outlet for me. And it's kind of continued throughout all of my kind of schooling years, kind of my work process, and even like being in this band. Like it's such a great little like a venting outlet, you know. And I think
with the
depending,
genre too.
I was gonna say it's not very often you get to like shout at a room of people and
They're happy about it.
they ask for another, you know, like it's quite
come
an
back next
empowering
week.
thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. I'm glad we're here.
That's cool that you have a musical family as well. That's kind of like it's the opposite for me. And all of my family was like music.
I think generally
Is
my
it?
mum's side was that.
Yeah, well, my dad's a doctor and my mum does law, so it was they were sort of like, wow, that's a really good backup career, you know. But then over time they could see that I liked it and I stuck with it. But yeah, it would be really cool, I reckon, but also maybe not to have musician parents. Like, what are some of the pitfalls of having parents that are musicians as well?
That's an interesting one. I think I have a really good mix between my parents because my dad's side are all kind of creative beings and my mum's side are exclusively academics. So most of them are working as like university professors, or they've like got a scholarship to Harvard, or, you know, they're like very, very deep down in academia. And so with my current like work, I feel like I'm satisfying both sides of the family. It's quite interesting when I go visit them. My dad's side will be like, heck yeah, how's like all of the creative stuff going? And then my mum's side in the same vein, in the same sentence will be like, so how's music going? You know, like it's quite interesting. So
Still working at the university.
Yeah. How are your little hobbies going down?
Exactly. But I mean, at the same time, you know, I think there's also like a little bit of that like Asian parent influence as well of like, most kind of traditional Asian parents, they tend to kind of shimmy you off to something a little bit more academic. But yeah, luckily I'm grateful that my parents are quite the opposite. My mum's very much like a wear the pants type of character, where she literally moved to the other side of the world from South Korea so she wouldn't have to deal with like bigotry.
Oh, wow.
and so yeah, I'm quite lucky to have parents that were like, do your thing, you just like deal with the consequences of your actions and you like learn from them. So here we are, and I'm having a great time, you know. I feel like I turned out okay.
It's really special that they walk the walk and now you do too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, until something like awful happens, God forbid, you know, like I'm quite happy with them. You know, like it's just
until
like
the worst should happen. Yikes.
but yeah.
It's good to have a supportive family about music. I really don't think that I could have done it without just having a supportive family. It would have been so hard if they were just like, nah, you are going to be a doctor.
I think
That
being
would have been rough.
being in a creative industry is hard enough as is.
Without being surrounded by people
Yeah.
who love you and are happy about it for you.
Yeah. It has its own pitfalls sometimes as well. Yeah, for sure. No, you can just sing it. No, thank you. It's Christmas dinner. Yeah.
That's true. I do find that there's so many kind of like very light-hearted requests of like, oh yeah, you'll sing us a song, and it's just a normal Friday night dinner. There's just like there's
What
no
is this, a
reason for
Jane
you to
Austen
sing.
novel? You're going to get up and play the piano for you
Yeah.
for half an hour? Like,
People think we're like bursting into song every minute of the day, eh? Like just doing the dishes and just belting out some opera or something like that. Like can't physically be quiet. Like we're just incapable of it because we're vocalists, and that's only a little bit true.
I was going to say sometimes.
it's also that we're Kiwis.
Yeah,
And that when someone's like, you can do a thing, why don't you do it right now in front
and
of
all
us?
the time,
And
forever.
Yeah, like, go on, show off. Our instinct is to go, I've never done anything anywhere for any reason. I can't, I'm incompetent, don't look at me.
Exactly. If everyone faces away,
Yeah. Close your
I
eyes.
may do this. Yeah, exactly. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Moving on to kind of like the new single that's being released. I just wanted to ask you what inspired the lyrics of Crowd?
Well, you had some of it pre-written. That you'd already had some of it for a while. Right?
I think, yeah. So Liv and I love the fact that we're so collaborative with our writing, and we do quite literally tend to bounce off each other. And I think while the boys were cooking away with their melodies and their big breakdowns, I think for Crowd there was like a fair bit of predictability of like where we could go, and so we tend to just kind of type away as the boys are playing.
Yeah, because they'll often just be repeating sections while they're learning off each other.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
riffing together, and they'll just be repeating a section of chords that they've figured out. And for Crowd specifically, Harry had recorded a basic demo because he'd written the music already, and he'd like written tab for the guitarists, which was incredible.
Nice.
And so we had a demo, we had the like music to look at, and so they were learning it and repeating it, and we typing away.
I think personally, when I was writing those lyrics, and I think I've mentioned this to you in the band before, I fully wrote it from the perspective of like, let me look down on my crowd of like, I did use the word peasants when I was talking to the band, but general audience, general beloved audience, and just kind of enjoying the fact that kind of we as the performers on stage, that's kind of our outlet to, be in control, and we're quite happy to take that ownership of our music and our creative kind of style. I don't know. I think there's just something really fun about the fact that we've got two kind of female leading vocalists, and we get to kind of shout at a crowd kind of unapologetically.
Yeah. I think Crowd was the first song that we wrote the lyrics collaboratively. And because of that, it's probably like one of the most general songs we have in terms of lyric meaning, as in like
It's very literal what you're reading off of, yeah.
for myself, like the like thoughts bouncing in my head while we were typing away and listening to like the rhythm that we could think of in the moment, I was chasing this feeling of general badassery,
Nice.
which is
Love it.
it's not super specific or helpful, but like there's a lot of handy imagery that comes with that. And
I don't know about you. I feel pretty badass when we're singing that one.
You guys look pretty badass.
Which
so
is
just
funny.
say so.
Outside,
Yeah.
off stage, we're both quite tame. But on stage, you know. That's our moment where
we get to be slightly more interesting.
No one
yeah, I feel
expects the
aggressive on
Spanish
stage, you know. It's great.
like when you remove your costume and fucking up on the stage.
No one respects.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition, you know. Anyway, sorry, no, it's a Monty Python speech.
Oh, Monty Python. Okay. I'm sorry.
Anyway, no, it's
We
right.
put too much pressure on.
No, it's not.
That's the problem with like memorizing all of Monty Python.
I'm a fan. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a fan. No, but like, in all honesty, though, like I love the like crowd as a tune and how much space it takes up, how badass it is, and also I love watching when you guys perform it as well, because you kind of, as one of the first ones that you've written together, you know it so well, it comes off really epic. And yeah, it's just really fun to be in the audience, actually, to be in your crowd. Sorry, I'm so lame.
The plug. Yeah, we like it.
We'll cut this, eh? Just kidding.
Something that I heard, I think, like a music reviewer describe some famous artist songs, very much like the pop scene, is just being like, this is the song is kind of meaningless, but it's just being like, hello, I'm back, or hello, I'm here. And this one feels like one of those. It's just like, hello, here we are. And that's it. That's basically all it means.
Except if you were shouting that at full volume right in front of someone's face.
Yeah, maybe hello, here we are, more like, hey, you, look at me. Yeah.
Well, listen to me.
Oh, no, that's super cool. I always like asking people like what is the meaning behind their lyrics, because like when I'm doing it, I'm like trying to be super deep writing my lyrics, and then like for some people it's just like describing a place or an event can have just as much of an impact in the tune, or like describing a feeling can have as much of an impact with lyrics. And I feel like I've just, sat there for 6 weeks trying to come up with like the perfect word to substitute, and it was all a bit of a waste of time. I could have been just much more,
I definitely like it when lyrics that I write or songs that I contribute to have a clear sort of story to them, and I feel like crowd does.
Sometimes we'll look over at each other and we'll read each other's lyrics halfway through drafting.
Realize we are not on the same page.
Yeah, and then you'll see one of us furiously tap backspace and rewrite.
Like, oh, that's not where we're going? Okay, cool.
You remember that game that you used to have to play as a kid where you like draw someone's head and then you fold it over and someone else has the body game. And you is it like
this
that?
feels very much like that.
Yes. Because we're often on different devices. And we'll have different ideas sometimes.
Writing at the same time.
And then we'll be like, okay, do these... No, they don't.
Let's compare them.
It's the game that you mentioned, except occasionally we'll sneak over at the other person's side and we'll be like, oh, no.
Yeah. And it's always surprising because sometimes I'm thinking that what I'm listening to, what the boys are playing, is a chorus. And so I'm writing lyrics that feel chorusy. And then maybe you'll be doing the same or the opposite. And then we'll realize that what the boys were doing was the intro. And they had something else for the chorus. And what I have written, we will not use, or it will get used, but not at all in the way I thought we would.
Yeah.
Or I'll write something and then Aggie will sing it. And I'm like, aha, great. We'll use that melody. Thank you. The one I had is not that good. Let's do that one.
I'm a big fan of every melody is the chorus. like every bit is a hook, but that's a good time. But also like it means that there's not necessarily any build up. It's sort of just in your face all the time. It's definitely like a stylistic choice which way you go with those types of things. Yeah,
there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to our songs, we've found that because the boys are constantly evolving what's going on, we just have to be so quick to adapt, and then as soon as we lock something in, we have to tell the boys to lock that in. Otherwise, stop.
We spend a lot of time just being like, shut up, we're going to record this on our phones, everyone do that again. Exactly, don't you change it. We like that.
I love hearing you guys talk about that because that's how we write as well.
Oh, no.
So, like we loop bits
at a certain point you have to put your foot down. They need to repeat a section.
If we left, this is maybe a bit mean, but I feel like it's accurate. If we left them alone and we weren't part of the songwriting process for any of their songs, I'm 99% certain that all the songs they would produce would just be massive breakdowns.
Breakdown after breakdown.
That's all they would have. And that's fine, and that's okay,
And they
I
would
guess.
love every moment of that.
They would love it, and that's good.
I reckon you guys should write a tune that's just like a concept tune that's just a breakdown from like 9 minutes of breakdown from start to finish. Just go full tool.
That's
Just do it.
some dream
They might,
theater.
they might excite them, actually.
Yeah, I think they would be. They'd be challenged by that concept, and then we would
Look this,
instantly
yeah.
regret trying to make them do that.
Can we have one bit that stays the same, guys? Like one part? Yeah, one theme? Yeah.
It got to the point where some of those sections were evolving so quickly that we had somehow convinced ourselves that, like, in their kind of evolving, they also evolved the key, and so they had given us a key to start with, and then we'd kind of halfway through gaslit ourselves into thinking that even though it sounded off key, we had led ourselves to believe that it was just the music.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's just so mindfucky that we just got to bear with it. And then we realized we were singing a semitone below the key the entire time.
Yeah.
Relatable.
I think when Dom had given us a key originally,
I double-checked
his
4
guitar
times.
was tuned in a weird way because they're always doing drop tuning, and then they show up with 2 or 3 guitars. I'm over exaggerating. They'll 2 guitars max, and they will have different tuning
But each, right? So 6 total.
and I think we both got turned around, and so he told us one thing, and maybe he made a mistake with what he told us, but we took that and ran with it and assumed that was correct. And then every time we said what he'd said, he didn't realize he'd made that mistake, and so we doubled down on being wrong.
Here's us trying to like learn a key that was very obviously wrong, you know? And we were like, as we're singing, you can see that we're making eye contact of like, are we?
Is this the one? Is this the one? You know what? It's too late. We're halfway through the song.
And now even in the right key, it feels wrong because we've learned the trauma.
We've set a precedent of confusion.
It's like,
How do we go on?
It's low key, like potentially a really massive theory flex to just be like, I'm just sing this whole thing
In
a half step down.
semitone
Fuck yes.
under. Yeah. Can you do that?
Exactly.
Consistently the same every time?
Exactly. I don't think so.
And somehow be in tune?
It's a genuine skill to sing
It is.
off key on purpose.
Yep, it is. It's really hard. It's really hard because your brain like locks you into what the key is most of the time, unless you can't like quite hear it or quite hear yourself. Usually it'll lock you into one particular place, and then when you have to
Yank
slightly
it out.
to the slightly down or up, it's just really like rocks grinding together, and
It doesn't feel very
it
good
doesn't
either,
feel
does it?
good, yeah. And which brings us to our next question, which is a favourite of mine. This is the silly question of the day. What is the most awkward thing that you've ever had happen during a performance?
I don't know about awkward. I found, in our first couple of performances, we were at Underworld, and because it's quite a cozy stage, we were all, and there's 6 of us kind of crammed onto this space, and the drums kind of take up half of that stage space, and the rest of us are kind of like in this tight little huddle.
Smushed.
Yeah, so there's kind of like guitarists and then bass on the sides, and then vocalists are kind of like crammed into the middle. I just remember at some point me and Adam having to be like literally right next to each other so that I could feel his guitar like on my back, and I could feel it like tugging onto the back of the in-ear cord. And so it would like, so
danger.
in my ear, because we use in-ears, you hear the click going, but then
You can
all
also
I
hear
hear
someone tapping on the chord.
all I can hear is like the chord kind of like distorting in and out because of the guitar pull.
no.
And I was like, it could just be our track. Like our songs are so weird that like this could be it. It took me so long to realize it was just caught on one of his tuning pegs, and I just had to like turn around and do a little like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like another example of me gaslighting myself into thinking that our songs are just weird enough for it to make sense.
I swear that in-ears are the cause of all of the most awkward performance moments ever, eh? Like one New Year's concert that I did with a covers band down on the waterfront, there was like 20,000 people there, and I was trying to take off my jacket, and it got stuck.
Oh, and it pulled
In
the
the
entire
in-ears.
thing out.
No. I got one arm out of the jacket,
Oh dear.
and I was like, fuck. Sitting there being like,
But on beat.
yeah, we're trying to, and then eventually I was like, look, I'm stuck in my jacket. Like,
Look, I'm stuck in my jacket.
thing is, I'm stuck in the fucking jacket. And then like the fucking whole like down on the kind of like waterfront area, there's this bridge, and like there were like heaps of people jammed on the bridge. They're all laughing at me. I'm like, yeah, but you're having a fucking good time right now. Stuck in my jacket, all my sequins attached to the bloody in-ears, and I had to get the bassist to just like stop what he was doing and help me out of my jacket.
And at least you're proving that you sing live, you know? Like,
Yep. Yeah. What a way to prove this. Yeah. The in-ears, I swear, corded in-ears cause so many problems. It will live on.
Oh, great.
It's a pun. It will live on. I'm sorry. I'll just show myself out.
Joe Broghan.
Joe Broghan.
I'm a fan. I'm having it right.
My workmate's a great more wholesome question. How did you guys meet all of the different members of your band and become friends?
Oh, this is a wholesome one. Liv and Craig are a gorgeously married couple. I repeatedly always flirt with Liv all the time.
Yeah.
And
We're girlfriends. What do you mean?
explains the chemistry on stage. It comes naturally.
We just have to not tell Aggie's partner that we're girlfriends.
Yeah, Cam
He'll get upset.
is genuinely threatened by Liv's oncomings.
It's because I've got too much game.
It's okay. He's in love with Craig also, so it's okay. So
Everyone's in
Liv
love
and
with Craig.
It's true. Yeah. It's infuriatingly true.
Yeah, Liv and Craig go a long way back from their wholesome love story. I know Liv and Craig through, I want to say kind of like
first to second year uni friends.
yeah, kind of mutual friend
so
groups.
like
Hey?
going to house parties and
Back when we were interesting.
getting drunk and being cringe as 19-year-olds, and we're still really, really close friends. So we stuck it out through all the people that have wafted in and out. It's just been like, you're actually really cool. You're actually really cool. And Craig was in a band called XFM for a long time, all through those sort of years, and decided that he wanted to be in a band that was like collaborative, that was releasing music. That was his goal. He was like, I've had a good time, learned a lot being in his first like band in Wellington. He's been in a few bands in Taranaki.
Drummer, right? So,
He's a drummer. He's been in, all drummers are in a few
many
bands.
bands.
But he asked Aggie and I think actually maybe you at one point were just like, we should be in a band, and yeah.
That sounds like most of our project starts. Yep.
And Craig put out a series of like Facebook ads on like Wellington Music Society or something like that. Just a bunch, and maybe Vic Deals as well, just being like, hey, we need a guitarist. Here's a song I like and the type of songs I want to write, which I think was The Rumbling by Sim from Attack on Titan.
Oh, cool.
Was his first like inspiration song for potential new members, and he got Adam and Harry that way,
And Dom as well. I knew of Dom beforehand through kind of Massey, kind of wider university whānau. I feel like by an insane stroke of luck, but also knowing Craig,
he's just discerning, just a discerning guy.
Is an insanely great
judge of
character. And so I remember the first time we all caught up for like an initial rehearsal and a jam to get to know each other.
Just instant good vibes.
We got good vibes,
great vibes, yeah.
And then afterwards, because going in we were both quite nervous, and then afterwards we were on the drive home and we kind of sat in silence for a sec, and then we looked over at each other and we were like, that went well, didn't it?
I'm like kind of in disbelief.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, are we being too optimistic? are we missing? Are we wearing rose-colored glasses? And no, just we just got really lucky.
We can confirm no rose-colored glasses here. It's
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic stuff you guys make.
Yeah, I'm incredibly grateful that all of the boys in our band are like, there's no ego, there's no, everyone's really happy to listen to each other's opinions. We try out all of our different ideas. Like, we're all quite comfortable enough to kind of banter with each other.
That's so nice, eh?
And kind of like annoy each other to the point where like it's just funny. Like Dom gets
You guys are always
gets
picking on
rough,
Dom
but-
on Mr. Whips.
Yeah. We like to pick on Mr. Whips. I feel like Dom and I have the most realistic sibling clash in terms of
Oh, it's hilarious.
in terms of every now and again we'll look at each other and I know we've genuinely annoyed each other. We should be like, we're gonna go sit in different rooms. We'll come back in an hour and I'm sure everything will be okay.
And Kate and Adam and I are on mediation duty.
But it's always fine and it's always good. It works out. Yeah,
That's so nice. It's so important to have like great chemistry with your band members, eh? I think that's the bit that you can play music with anyone, but like making something really good requires you to all be good friends.
On the same page, eh?
Yeah. And you can see it with like really famous bands that don't like each other. Like, like when who are the guys from Oasis? The brothers, who like moved to opposite sides of the same town. So they have to see
It's
each
quite
other.
telling, isn't it?
Exactly. Like, but yeah, I feel like the best bands I've ever been in or been around have that really like close friendship where there's, as you put it, no ego involved and you can give each other feedback all the time. It's really nice. Yeah.
I think it goes a long way as well when you create an environment like that. People do tend to share their ideas way
freely,
more
yeah.
comfortably, right? Otherwise, I've been in collaboration projects where there's just something that's off, or there's just someone that's like a little bit too loud, or like a little bit too,
It's too into it as well. That's
Yeah,
another thing. Too serious. Yeah,
and it just
that's me.
it throws the entire room off.
Yeah.
And it's quite telling, really. And
it's just the luck of the draw because personalities are tricky.
Yeah. I think
that's it most of the
intuitionally
time.
we're all quite good at, knowing when something is safe and something is,
Yeah. And like Aggie and I, not so much right now because we're both quite busy. And we're busy because the song's coming out.
Yes. exciting.
But we'll just get together on our own and like you'll like trill some keys on the keyboard and we'll both sort of warble and make up some lyrics and just like have a little bit of a cheeky good time. And it's just really nice. It's just really nice to like get together and make music that probably no one else will hear, but that's not the point.
Yeah,
which
we'll
is
just-
like it's just fun.
got collections of voice memos named the most absurd things.
Of random songs from like word generators, and we've come up with celery and like something else random, and we're like, cool, lyrics about
but
celery.
because we know
about
it's got
celery.
no consequence,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's,
we can do whatever,
just very
and
fun.
it's
I think
really
it's
fun.
important that you have people that you collaborate with, that you just make stuff for the sake of making stuff.
It's good.
Because you enjoy it,
That's super important. Yeah. What's the best? I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm stuck on one part of this. What random word? Or what's the most awkward random word generator lyrics that you've ever come up with?
I feel like we got happy birthday once, which is obviously 2 words.
The
Yeah.
memory of a goldfish.
But
I can pull up the memos.
but that wasn't from a word generator. That was Aggie pointing at Adam or Dom and saying, "Give us a random word," and someone going, "Happy birthday."
That sounds about right.
And we were like,
You're like,
well,
"There's already a
that's
song about
already a
that."
song, so it's
That's taken.
It's not clean. It's not clean stuff. Get out of here with your useless suggestions.
Ooh. Here we go. We had advertising.
Oh,
That was quite a rogue one. We also had argument, I believe.
Well, that's a very popular
Yeah, I
topic,
feel like
isn't
that's
it?
kind of overdone, isn't it?
It's 90% of the things that I write. Angry. Yeah, cool. We're going to leave. I just have one more thing to ask you guys before you go. It's been mean bants, by the way. Super fun time, and it's been lovely having you both here.
Thanks.
My final question for you today is, what is the one thing that you would like your fans to take away from the release of Crowd?
The one thing.
Yeah, if you could pick one, just for the sake of time.
I can go if you like.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think personally, because I work with a lot of students and a lot of kind of younger people that kind of look to this sort of stuff where releasing is, it feels like quite a mountain to handle. I want people to see our release and hear it and realize that it doesn't have to be this insane task. Like it can be for like a little bit of fun. Like it doesn't have to be the biggest deal in the world. And it can just be something that you really enjoy. I feel like a lot of the release side of things, it really saps some of the fun out for people, and it's quite intimidating.
It can do, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope that, honestly, I think it would be nice if people listen to it and just kind of see a kind of different side of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, for those of you who haven't have never seen us before or heard us before, then even better. Like, I hope it's a great first introduction to us. Yeah, loud and proud, and we're like a little bit silly.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly how I would love for us to stay in people's minds.
Yeah. I don't really have anything better to say than that.
Honestly, that was a great way to answer the question.
Yeah.
That was a great way to end it, guys. Thank you so much for your time coming out today and having some conversations on the Colourful Couch with us. It's been awesome to catch up with you guys. Check out Crowd, which will be coming out very soon on all your favourite streaming platforms.
Woo.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conversations on the Colourful Couch.
Let's just all point in a different direction so that Jade has to put the little boxes all over the screen. Thank you so much.
Awesome.